And hello fellow tankers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today we are back in my favorite tank today. One of my most favorite tanks in the game is actually Leopard PTA. And what I'm gonna show you today is my first ace in a Leopard. We are in a tier 10 game, but luckily there is no RD. As you can see, I'm very happy about that. And we have a beautiful map where we can actually spread our wings, and this is where Leopard shines on maps like this. So normally if I was in like a more armored tank, I would probably head to the hill, but because I'm in a Leopard, I'm gonna choose a very central position, and we're gonna sit in the bush, try to spot some folks early in the game. As you notice here, also in this game there is no light tanks. That means I have to play the light tank role, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Now I have about 10 crew skills on this tank, and currently running about 3300 win 8 on this tank, so I know what I'm doing. Trust me guys, Leopard is a fantastic tank, but you have to play a secondary role. You cannot get up close and personal. You have to snipe from the distance, and you have to use that gun that is very effective and very accurate. So that's exactly what we're gonna do here. Now we're gonna be patient. We're gonna wait for our team to deploy, and that's what this tank basically gives you ability to kind of get yourself in a position, spot, see where your team deploys, so that you can figure out where you need to flex on which side of the map. Anyway, we spot this M60 and he just drove forward. I thought I aimed that shot well, but for whatever reason it did not go in. This game's been really crazy for me lately. With shots like this, RNG is really not working for me, but still it doesn't stop me from having good games, to be honest guys. We aim a shot at the Chisel, and actually the Chisel player was a very decent player, and if he didn't have a bad team, he would be really hard to kill, because I'm gonna have run-in with him later in the game, and you'll see what happens there. Anyway, we're gonna pre-aim this position. He's spotted on this side here, but we're gonna try to control the middle of the map. That's exactly what we're gonna try to do. As you can see, we spotted a couple other customers. As you can see, majority of our team went south, which is problematic because we're gonna lose the hill. We're definitely gonna lose this side of the map, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out what to do later, where to relocate, how to run away from this position. It's not going to be easy. Now I would have moved up already into position D6, but as you notice, there are tanks still sitting on that hill. That M60 is a problem at D5. That's why I'm not moving up. So I'm trying to angle here so that the object and the M60 don't have shots at me, yet I'm looking for shots at the hill, trying to help these heavy tanks that are sitting at E0. But that's going to be problematic. Luckily I'm not alone here. I do have an autoloader with me, the French autoloader. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna back up into those bushes so that our ass is close to the bushes. The reason I'm doing this so I can spot the guys at D5, yet I can run away if I have to. Here we spot the Chisel, so we're gonna run away right here, drop down the hill so that we don't get hit. We want to maintain our HP as much as possible, right? So here I tried to run away, but then I realized this T95E6 was right in the middle there, and he's putting shells into me, so there's no way I can run away at this point in time, and I have to fight my way out. So we're gonna have to focus this E6, because the guys behind me are gonna die regardless, and I have to fight my way through here so I can run away. I need to clear my path so I can get myself on this side of the hill. That was my thinking here. Luckily my friendlies are paying attention to the E6 as well, and putting some shells into him, and these are difficult shots for him because I'm behind the hill, so it's hard for him to hit me. Now that Chisel's spoken out, I'm gonna take a hit here, but I'm gonna have to hit that M60, and I'm gonna have to charge him. I have no other choice but to charge him and engage him 1v1, because there are too many tanks on my back right now. So that's what I'm gonna do in a split second, just like that. And now at this point I thought I was dead. Literally I thought I was dead because there's so many tanks here, but luckily I have a lot of support at F2, and these guys actually have shots into this position here. So this M60 tried to YOLO me right there, but we take him out of the game. Now we're gonna try to get under the gun of the Chisel, and he's a smart player. You know how I know? Because he didn't charge me. If he charged me, most of the new players or players that don't know the game that well will charge me in this position, and they will be taken out by my friendlies. But he knows that if he charges me, he's gonna get himself under fire from all these guns that are currently sitting at F1, F2. So that's exactly what he doesn't want to do. Now, you'll see what happens here. I'm gonna poke from around this hill, and this guy is actually gonna charge me. So Chisel is sitting on top of the hill, putting shells into my friendlies, and he decided not to YOLO me, yet this guy is going to YOLO me, and he's going to die, simply because of that. First of all, we ammo rack him. We're actually lucky he didn't ram us here, but he's gonna get taken out by our friendlies right there. So now, what's gonna happen now is we survived this onslaught in this position here, somehow, miraculously. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to approach these guys now and get some final damage. We're gonna put a shell into this T-32 and take him out of the game. Chisel puts a shell into us, good play by him. But now we're gonna try to charge him, put a shell into his top plate, but that angle, we weren't able to pen him, yet he manages to pen us. So we were unsuccessful in penning him, yet he was penning us again. So I decided not to rush him at the moment. I'm gonna wait for our friendlies to come in. They're gonna rush him, and I'm gonna take advantage of this situation and just poke up whenever he's not paying attention to me. So we put a shell into him, we ammo rack him, and we're gonna drop behind the hill. It's really his disadvantage. I mean, he's a really good player, and you can see that. You're gonna see that at the end of the match. But I'm just taking advantage of the fact that my friendlies are throwing their tanks away, and we're gonna take him out of the game. Respect to that guy. I actually sent him a message at the end of the game telling him GG's because he played really good game, and if it was 1v1 I would have had problem with him, to be honest. Anyway, only a few tanks remaining. We're gonna try to get some more damage here. So we're gonna try to focus this button. We're gonna lead this shot well. We're gonna wait until he drops, and we're gonna put a shell into him. Again, we have no health, so I cannot really overexpose. So we're gonna have to play it safe right here and only shoot whenever he pokes up. But now that he's pretty much isolated, he's got so many of my friendlies on him, so many greenies are going after him. I'm like, you know what, there's 2 heavy tanks still where we can put shells into. So that's what I decided to do. I told myself I'm gonna go up here into position D6, and from here I should have shots into these guys, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. So currently we're sitting at 4.3k damage, 1900 assisted, and that's usually a class 1. I had so many class 1 games in this tank, guys, it's crazy, and I wasn't able to get an ace, so this was actually kind of nice. And this stockade is full health, so we should be able to put a couple shells into him. We put 1 in, and now we're gonna put the second one in. And the question is, will we be able to close the game with the kill? But we are not, unfortunately. But we complete the game with a victory. And really, we got away from sitting in that position a little bit too long, and somehow we survived without getting killed, which is quite surprising. If Chisel rushed me, I would have probably died for sure. But again, he was a smart player, and he was playing out his game while I was playing out my game. Anyway, let's take a look at the post-game stats. We finished with 5,000 damage, almost 5.1k damage, with 2.3k assisted damage. We got our first ace in this tank. We are sitting at 2 marks of excellence right now, actually close to 90% to be honest. We finished with 1964 base XP, 3 kills, 2 medals. Quite nice game in Leopard PTA. We fired 17 shells, we had 15 direct hits and 14 penetrations. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit, checking out.